So it's the real Zachy, and we're back with another video. Today we're going to be going over the exact process of what I do specifically, personally, to find products that make me north of $10,000 a month each. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, definitely hit the subscribe button, drop a thumbs up, and definitely hit the notification bell. So let's get right into it and jump right into my screen. Here we are with the most amazing tool ever, Google itself, right? There's a couple different things that you definitely need to keep in mind when looking for products and looking for trending stuff. Google Trends is something I personally use to get started and try to get my mind around things that will definitely be trendy, start selling, and definitely will get the ball rolling in my business. To use Google Trends, there's a lot of things that you could do. You could look up specific keywords. So for example, let's look up fidget spinner. There's specific keywords that you can look up, and it will tell you exactly when these words and these things were hot, right? And what countries they were the hottest in, specifically what time frame they were hot, and when did they blow up. As you can see on the screen, there's an interest thing of 0 to 100 and how high the interest was at a certain given time. Early March, the trend starts to climb and it starts to go north. Of April starts to climb really high and it hits its peak about May, April, right? And then just starts to decline slowly and now is back to where it started north of October, right? I mean, actually we're in November now, which is kind of crazy, but that's something that you guys should keep in mind. See how people caught this trend. If you caught it here, you only caught the downside of the trend, and if you caught it anywhere before this, you were definitely riding this wave all the way. And you can also use the insights, and you can look at what countries this word was hot in. Tool that I personally use, especially when looking for products that I feel like will become viral in the future, and definitely products that I think that are selling and I think that are amazing. For example, you can look up the word, let's look up iPhone. Let's see how hot iPhone has been and see how the wave has been going. As you can tell, it stays a consistency of 40 to 50, which is a high interest over time, and it started to climb around the iPhone 8 release time and hit the peak, which was 100, and slowly went down. As you could see, the countries that are highest in interest using Google and Google's interest, like 76 in these countries, 100 in some other. Vietnam is 100, Australia 74, 91 in Singapore. It'll tell you the top countries that have the highest interest. After looking up certain keywords and starting your research, this is exactly what I do, and I personally take note of what's hot and what's not hot and cross-reference different platforms, right? If I am drop shipping, I'll use the big player in the game, AliExpress, which is probably the biggest tool and best tool people do not take advantage of when starting to do their research. People only think this is only for finding the products and selling the products and buying their products. These platforms are all search engines. AliExpress, Amazon, eBay, they're all search engines, and they all play a big role in the end game of you getting what you're looking for, which is a hot product. You start looking up keyword. The one niche I use specifically, as I've mentioned a lot of times when looking for information, don't look at the keywords or the words that I use specifically. Look at the process that I go about. Copy the process, not the words, and not the things that I find or the products and stuff like that. Because as you guys could tell, if there's 1,000 people that watch a video and everybody goes and tries the exact same thing that I did, it's most likely not going to work. Let's type in the keyword dogs, which is a broad keyword. Dogs will probably bring up everything ranging from dog products, dog clothing, dog leashes, and all that type of stuff. And I'm right, yeah, we got everything from dog houses to dog leashes, which you would expect with the keyword dogs. So let's say you want to niche down to German Shepherd, right? Which is a specific type of dog, if some of you guys weren't aware. Mostly common in the United States. Is a very common Eurocentric countries, United States, all across Europe. Might not see this dog in Asia, I'm not too sure. As you guys could see, a bunch of different dog products, dog jewelry, dog cases, all these types of things. So one thing I would definitely keep in mind, if you guys weren't aware, if you guys haven't watched other videos, I bet everybody talks about this, is you guys definitely want to look at the order count and this amount of stars that the people have, right? So if people have less than 5 stars, you wouldn't want to work with them. And if they don't have above maybe 50 to 60 orders, if it's a very high competitive product, you also wouldn't want to work with them, right? You want them to have some sales history. You want them to be able to fulfill orders. You want them to be able to work with you, and you want to be able to work with them, right? So communicating with your supplier is probably the biggest thing that you should do and probably the most important thing that you could do, especially when starting out, because the number one thing that might kill somebody is poor customer service and people just being like, no, like this is not acceptable. I want my money back. And that's a very, very tough thing to do, especially when you spent the money and you're out of pocket. The worst thing you want to do is lose money and go negative in this business model. As we come across German Shepherds, you could obviously see that it's a very broad niche. We got dog leashes, necklaces, phone cases. So let's say we want to sub niche down. So we went from a niche to a sub niche, which I definitely recommend. And if you want to get even more precise, is to a sub. Let's say our sub niche, we just decided it was necklaces. And now you can start seeing more diversified types of necklaces, right? Gold plated necklaces, colorful necklaces, good price point necklaces. We want to keep the order count in check, keep how many diamonds they have, just to make sure that their positivity scores are amazing. As you guys can see, their seller feedback course, so, like this is how many people they have that have gotten purchased products from them. This is all applicable to you guys. So let's say we wanted to sell this specific necklace. We came across it, we felt like it was a product for us, and we want to sell this. There's a big sale on 11/11, one day only. They're obviously taking advantage of the holiday season, which I think everybody should. Let's say you wanted the gold color plated necklace. It's $1.23. So you want them to offer e-packet. They do not offer e-packet. You do not want to go with them because nobody's willing to wait 19 to 39 days, especially with how fast shipping is inside the United States nowadays. So you communicate with your supplier. You can definitely get them down to 9 to 10, 12 days, because the only reason it's 12 to 20 days, they give themselves a cushion of how fast they have to ship the product. It never usually takes that long to get across seas, but it's just how fast he fulfills the product and how fast he gets it out. So as you can see, the total price of the product, it becomes a higher base product, right? So $2.69 plus the $1.23, you definitely want to play this into your product cost. So this is a total product cost of maybe about $4 total. You definitely want to keep this in mind and thus move that into your whatever your selling point at is, right? Then you can go to feedback and also check out who has bought this product, what it actually looks like. As you guys could see, this is what the actual product looks like when it's shipped. So you guys can get a tell of if the supplier is a good supplier or not. You guys can see who's actually commenting, who's actually leaving feedback, right? So that's how you use AliExpress to especially find big products. That's how I personally use AliExpress when looking for big products. I usually go cross-reference this with Google Trends. So we'll move on to the next thing that I use, right? So a lot of people say Amazon. I only use it for shopping. Well, I think there's one ideology that you guys need to all grasp is Amazon, AliExpress, eBay, Google. All these things are just search engines. They lead you to the best choice for what word and whatever you're looking for, right? So let's even search in here, German Shepherds, right? We got past the sub niche of dogs. We type in German Shepherds. It actually fixes it for me because it's a search engine, right? German Shepherds. Now it shows up the best-selling products for this keyword, right? Inspired silver German Shepherd, which you guys could tell is jewelry because jewelry is at the top of every single thing. T-shirts is great. They're great products. Print on demand is a great niche, great category to sell in, great market. But people cannot wear t-shirts every day. They can't wear the same shirt every single day. But they can wear the same necklace every day. They can wear the same ring every day. It's an everyday product. But as a t-shirt, it can wear and tear. But a necklace is more likely to last longer and is sometimes even cheaper, right? Definitely something that you guys want to take into account, especially when looking for products, right? So as you guys can see, there's 4 stars with this one. And it ranges down. Dean Russo. And all these things play a large role. Let's say we want to get exactly to this mask. As you guys could see, there's a mask right here. There's a bunch of things that you guys could definitely keep in mind and see, especially when you want to look for products, right? As you guys can see, there's a painting right here. It's a Dean Russo painting. Why would this painting be such a great product to sell? The painting has an emotional trigger. There's keywords like love. All you need is love and a dog, which is something I feel like as a dog owner, somebody would find really applicable, right? And as you guys could see, these are kind of products that go together that people love to buy together. Bundling your packages, putting people into your funnel, and all that type of good jazz. I hope this is really helpful. This is how I find products personally and go through and look for products that make me $10,000, north of $10,000 a month. They're all really good tools, and this is definitely something you guys should keep in mind and try to take advantage of. I hope you guys found some value in this.